That boy is on TV so much, and I've been swearing off, it's just like an alcoholic. I swore, I said, I don't care nothing about that clown, and I can predict what he gonna do. I ain't gonna watch it. It was 3:30 last night. Go see him, and then they thanking the Kurds. You know, everything that we talked about, it's all jumping off. All they done invaded, and now they sent out and Turkey and said, hey, Syria, don't get too mad. And evidently, it's already working right because Syria haven't shot down. But anyway, I was swearing off, I ain't gonna pay no attention to that clown. Then they had a comedy special of all of the comedy things. It was a 2 or 3 hour special on Donald Trump. You know the people that played Donald Trump and all the, I tell you what, they started with Johnny Carson, the night show, and then they started all these modern people. And it was funny. It's repetitive, but it was funny. And I was watching old Don, and Don gets up, and no matter what, Don don't have, he has at least 5, 6 words in his vocabulary. It's great. It's stupendous.
All adjectives.
Yeah, that boy, hey man.
Believe me. Believe me.
Believe me. Racist. Look, I'm the less, forget all that shit old talk and all. I'm the less racist person you know. All that nigga talk, all that stuff don't pay no attention. And he be saying it. And I said, Don, good God Almighty. But it's like, I swore off of it. And last night I looked up, you know, when you dozing off, and the TV got a clock. I said, 3 o'clock. Good God Almighty.
Don, the least racist person. He talk about Mexicans, he talk about Muslims, he talk about everybody, but he ain't racist.
Good God Almighty. But hey, man, so he do all that. That's chaos. That's managed chaos. He do it on purpose. That way you pay attention to the foolishness and not the real foolishness.
Right.
Because he don't have no policy. He don't have no strategy. That boy don't know what he's doing. So we already have our story. Okay. What do we want to accomplish in 2018? Some of the things. Again, this is not Arabic, we call it Musa Studies Department. Actually, it's already done because that's what all the lectures and all of those categorizing, making 8 copies per, album and all of that, that was on purpose. We still have those from those days. And we have a whole new crop. It is a real educational, evolutionary process that we're presenting to the people. Okay, we're not arrogant about it, but as we present this, people become shocked. It's like when we was talking about the other day, some of those subjects about Uthmaniyya, about Pakistan, Hey man, the people's, wait just a minute. They did say that. And they have been, they must have domesticated the white man and trained them to do what they want because everything they said, it came out and it was no reason for it to. What I'm trying to say is our analysis have always been correct, clear, and to the point, but there's no reason in the environment for that to be true. At that time, there's no general reason. There's reasons for you. That's a gift from Allah. That's a gift from Allah. See, that is really a gift. To love history and to appreciate history and to be able to associate it all in a reasonable way and with clarity and understanding. That's difficult. That's a God-given gift. Now, all the gifts that Allah give us, we used to use the thing about if Allah give you big muscles and you don't use those muscles for the cause, you're going to be asked about that. You know, if Allah give you intellect, if Allah give you ability to speak, to do all those things, anything that Allah give you, it's your job to recognize the gift and then to work on it and to improve it and to use it in Allah's cause. Okay. So Musa Studies Department, that's already a reality. Not like you go here and push the Musa button and you get this, but it's already there. The information is available. People are watching. It don't make no difference what they say. The big old crazy lady called the other day. Nobody's paying attention to you. Nobody likes you. Everybody hates you. And I didn't even say nothing because when I was in Iran a little while ago, I'm talking at the table, and I mentioned a certain thing, and the first thing, it happened 2 or 3 times. Yeah, I saw that on the web and da-da-da-da-da. Somebody's watching it, but it don't never show up like so many people watching it. Somebody's watching, everybody's watching because they're responding to it. And guess what? The old Euro is responding to it. That boy is discombobulated and crazy. No, so ability to stay focused, we're talking about that. Some of the things for 2018. We're teaching people. That's what this period, now we have learned, we've experimented, we've tried, we've experimented on certain things 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 50 times. So now we're qualified to teach these subjects. We're teaching rebellion, not learning it, but you learn in teaching. We are teaching it now. We're the experts on survivability. Why? Because ain't nobody else survived. They can't. How they going to talk about it? You talk about them people. I'll talk about another yellow. They come out there for a reason. They had no fights. How can they be a champion? Abdul-Malik, they ain't never even been arrested. They ain't even had nobody punch a hole. Don't nobody punch holes in their tires or break windows like they did on A Street. They had nothing. How they get? In order to be a champion, you gotta have some fights. And you gotta fight the #1 contender, whoever the champion is. How you gonna be a hero, you ain't never even fought the white man, as if it's a mystery who the enemy is to humanity. And you done gave 1,000 talks at universities and you ain't never even mentioned the monster. Either you don't know who he is, and if that's the case, you shouldn't be talking to people. Or there's some fear or something. So that's why I say we're the heroes of 2000s, 21st century. There's nobody else. Okay, it's not arrogant or bragging to tell people, we gotta, since the people are so far out in the woods, we gotta tell them, brothers, this is where we are. Sisters, this is where we are. We're not in dreamland. This stuff we talking about is real. It happens every day.
And you've also said that we should have self-created heroes, so that the people
No
should
doubt
be.
about it, yeah. Well, that's what we're not running for. Heroship, right? We're not running for adulation and pats on the back.
Right.
But the type of hero to tell you, you can do this, I'm a nigga, you a nigga, you can do it. That's the type of heroics we're talking about. That they look at somebody like them and say, might be all right. All they got to do, they don't have to say, I can do it, but I'm willing to try. So if 100 people try, 30, 40, 50 of them going to make it. And once they get to tasting that success, that victory, they say, oh, that's how it is. Ability to think and operate in a comprehensive manner. Everybody's single-minded, single-subject-minded. But how many people can bring this whole global thing together? The Iranians think about the Iranian stuff, Turkeys think about the Turkish stuff, Russians, they think about the Russian stuff, Chinese think about the Chinaman stuff, and they doing pretty good. We're thinking about all of them. And making sense, inshallah. The ability to think and operate in a comprehensive manner. Ability to forecast accurately behavior of the enemy and maybe even the steps of decline. That's what proves, you know, when you can predict the enemy's behavior through various speeches, lectures, and forecasts, it comes out like that time after time after time. That means you know what you're talking about.
And you're not in a box.
Huh?
And you're not in a box. See, everybody else is in a box. Gotta think outside the box.
No doubt about it. Think outside the box, act outside the box, and, function outside of the box. Imam Musa studies on all levels. Self-image psychology, optimism, and motivation. Strategic management number 3. That's strategic management for the new era. Remember, we didn't already Star Trek them. We're out there in an environment that we're more familiar with than they are. Because they've never been here. They kill everybody before or get them to go with a girlfriend. They didn't. If I mentioned, I was telling my daughter, I said, I'm tired of sitting there. We was out here at the coffee place. They're like, who was that lady, Daddy? I said, that's a yellow lady. Showing me pictures of everybody know I used to watch, what was that, Stacy, the one assistant.
Oh, House of Cards.
House of Cards. I'm on House of Cards. I said, well, why she bothered you? I said, this is the second time. I said, they always sending these yellow ladies. I'm getting tired of damn yellow ladies. They must think I just have some yellow phobia or something.
Yellow fetish.
They don't look at all of my pictures. They just look at one picture. Me and my wife, she's a little yellow, but I met her through my friend, her best friend. Went with my best friend. My best friend is a Negro. Well, anyway, they was paired up, and so we paired up. I didn't go looking for our paired up. Hey, we always went somewhere. Finally, I said, well, you're a nice lady. But they don't look at my pictures. Miss Mary is blacker than this right here. Miss Mary. She was a little older than I was. I got a lot of game from her, but she thought she was slick because I was, all the other niggas were saying, you gotta pimp that good, you know, my best friends. And actually I was ashamed. You gotta get your money off the dresser, that's all that old pimp talk. I was ashamed to tell her that she put my money under the pillow, you know, like the tooth fairy, you know, stuff. How a grown man gonna tell these gangster niggas, I get my money under the pillow? I was ashamed to tell, I never, till now, I think I might have missed, I wouldn't tell nobody, they was talking about, I get my money on the dresser. I said, well, I'll never meet no lady, the lady's older than I. Why would I meet her? She's the one of them old-time Negroes. She can cook real good and all the stuff that I like to eat, man. She trying to trick me, but so what? Everybody's trying to trick you. So when it was time to go, I said, well, bye-bye. And I just kept everything that I had and I left. And he was telling me, you know, beat upside head. I said, no, I ain't gonna do that. But she was as black as this. And all my other friends was normal Negro ladies, you know, but they seemed to think, come to think of it, they were always using some white ladies and yellow ladies. Yeah. And I ain't bit at none of them. Now you know, they are certain that if you send tenders around Negroes, they biting at that. They gonna bite at it. Yeah. And I ain't never, I said, no. I mean, when I was a little younger, you know what I mean? Maybe just visit or something. But I was a married man. So I didn't run the street with a whole lot of, you know, anyway. So I was telling her, I said, that's a yellow lady. I said, they always sending these yellow girls to try to trap your daddy. Yeah, that's exactly what I told her. Well, who is she? I said, she's a yellow lady. That's all I know. Can I said, no, I'll be at the Masjid down there. You know, it's the only place. So now, everybody else is afraid of the monster. So what we do is we clown the monster. You know, psychological warfare. That way back when, how to punk the FBI. That's what the Hadith say. If you got a big bad enemy, satirize it. That's what the Hadith said. No, nobody read the Hadith that we're following the Sunnah on. Yeah, I'm talking about the FBI, that's wrong. You gotta get in trouble. So the Hadith said that. See there, Bukhari, Aisha, radiallahu, 3 Hadith, all of them. What I'm gonna do? And it worked. Okay. Inspirational, motivational, leave your fingerprints on the pages of history. That's what we're saying to the people. Our fingerprints are already there. As-Sabiqun movement, it don't make no difference what they say or try to hide it. No. In Africa, in the right here in the United States, it ain't nobody no better known. They don't come visit, they don't do nothing. But is there anybody in D.C. any better known than this masjid? It's not. It's not. So that's what we're doing. We're here. So we've left our fingerprints on this distance, on the pages of history already. People don't realize how nice that is, especially when you like history, that you look. We've always tried this in the gangster world and everywhere, to be a part of the historical process. Once we learn a little bit about history, just think you can play a part in history. People don't think just you can play a serious part a gigantic part that you can play a part in history. You don't have to just jump in the water and wherever it takes you, the river takes you. That's where you go. Wherever the wind blows, that's where you go. No, you can set your, that is very, very important. So where are we? We're exactly where we want to be. What are we doing? Exactly what we want to do. And we're doing it with Negro characteristics. So, the best way I can explain it is this. Remember, Quran, Sunnah, history, I experienced. But the Quran, the Sunnah, and history, and our experience expressed in Negro historical biblical language. Does it seem to make a little sense? Think about it. See, in the Quran, this is just colored stuff. No, it's colored. It's strictly colored, but you got to fix the stuff up. In the Quran and in Hadith, it's clear. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is kafata and lil nas. He's the messenger to all people. He's khatam and nabiyyin. He's the seal of the prophets. But I remember I preached in a church one time. I was in the penitentiary. St. James came in and I got to talking about Martin Luther King, but I used Joseph in the Bible, in Genesis. And it says that here come the dreamer. That's what they call it, Joseph. Let us go kill the dreamer. When I ran that, the preacher, when he came up and talked, he said, I don't know where he get that stuff. But Jesus Christ, Joseph is a forerunner of Jesus. I said, I didn't know, but you know. So, this boy got the gift of prophecy. Now, in Christianity, you can say that. They say it all the time. Where is there a prophet? Is there one in D.C.? Probably 9 or 10. The littlest church got a prophet there. Prophet Jonas, Prophet Jim, Prophet Jack gonna be here today prophesying, right? Okay, we're Muslim. You can't use that type of language, but you can use that style. So what are we doing? In the biblical days,